Well, he just did. He just scored 8 points. That's the thing. He had a career. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sportz Nutz, episode 33. We have made it to oh my goodness, man! How have we made it to 33?
Man, we're getting up there, man. Getting up there in age, man. Next thing you know, we'll be on episode 99.
That's the truth. I mean, that is the truth. You know, if you want to sit there and just age yourselves, go ahead and say it, Matt. You're so old, you're farting dust, right?
Is that dust?
Oh my gosh, whatever. So I am just making sure our guest knows that we are live. Hey guys, this is going to be an exciting and adventurous Sportz Nutz episode. We hope you guys have had a wonderful week. Now, we sure have had a great week here at the Sportz Nutz. Y'all, like I said earlier, my daughter did outstanding in her second softball game of the season. And I cannot be more excited for her and her team now that they've gotten their first win under their belt ever. Now, last year, they didn't get a win, but they developed into better players. You know, game one, they started out slow, didn't get their first win, but you know what, though? They won game 2 on Tuesday. So if you can, on the stream, type out the words, "Go Patriots" or "Yay Addison." She is watching, and she will love hearing you guys say congratulations. It will make her smile ear to ear. Y'all, we have such a really cool episode lined up for tonight. We even have a giveaway. Yes, we are having the second part of the Sportz Nutz giveaway. For those who don't remember, or don't even know for that matter, our first giveaway was the $50 gift card and a Sportz Nutz shirt, and it went to our good friend Blaze Smith out of Louisiana. So stay tuned for that, guys. We have a lot of more giveaways coming up. So before we get going on our show tonight, we got to give a little shout out to our wonderful sponsor, Tequila's Grill and Easily. Now, look, guys, if you're looking for some authentic, delicious, affordable Mexican cuisine, then Tequila's Grill is where you want to be. From everybody's favorite, the homemade salsa bar, to the weekly happy hour, which is buy one, get one drink 50% off from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. The chimichangas, taquitos, you name it, they have it. And if you have an event coming up, or even better, a birthday celebration, go ahead, give them a call and get it set up. Their number is 864-307-8028, or stop on by 5155 Calhoun Memorial Highway in Easley, South Carolina, 29640. Again, that is Tequila's Grill in Easley. Matt, how was the week in Thomas house?
The week was good, man. I've been on vacation since Wednesday, so I've just been, it's more of a staycation, just at home, doing absolutely nothing, waking up late, turning on SportsCenter, late breakfast. I'm sorry, what do they call it? Brunch. Brunch. Going out there, visiting Starbucks, just seeing what's out there in the world, man. I work so much, it's just nice to kind of just wake up and just. But, all good things must come to an end. I'll be back up in there on Monday.
Absolutely. No, hey, a weekend's a weekend is a great weekend, no matter what you want to put at it, Hey, Matt, we're still waiting on our guest to come on. Would you please go ahead and let everybody know about the fantasy football draft?
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. We still need one more member. If we can get one more member, we'll be good. But the draft will be on Monday, this Monday at, what do you think, Brandon? 8, 9?
I was thinking about 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
8 o'clock Eastern.
this Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll have the draft. Again, we're just waiting on one more team. I got a couple of people that are hopefully they can join by the end of this show. It's first come, first serve, guys. So just one more left. $5 entry. The League Safe link is posted in the website. Just copy that link and go pay that $5. And let's keep it moving, man. First place, since there's only 12 teams, first place to get like what, $45. Second place to get, like $10. Third place to get like $5, or however it is, however it adds up. But yeah, just go ahead, one more person, and we'll go from there.
That's right. Hey guys, you have to excuse me that I'm kind of fidgeting a little bit. My knee is actually hurting today. I had a really rough day today with the knee pain. You know how it goes. Knee surgery in general, it's never easy.
Oof.
You just gotta bite through the pain. Hey, I want to give a special shout out to our first giveaway winner, Mr. Blaze Smith. What is up, Brandon and Matt? Mr. Blaze Smith, the $50 gift card is heading your way soon, sir. And your Sportz Nutz t-shirt will be heading there as well. And then we got to give a shout out to our good friend from Toronto, Canada. Mr. Nick Bungalow is in the house. Nick, happy Friday to you too, sir. And of course, guys, our good friend, Mr. Nick Cray from Mississippi, part of the original crew of the Sportz Nutz. He is watching. He is chiming in. Hey, Nick, love you guys, man. Hope you're doing good. I'm going to just show you, that we are doing the giveaway. Yes. This is all the numbers right here, and I'm going to pull them out. This is all the numbers that I gave you, okay? It's quite a bit. And if your number is selected, you will get a Sportz Nutz t-shirt. You will get a hat. You will get a keychain. You will get a bag, which is one of those drawstring bags. You will get a car air freshener and a $10 gift card to any restaurant you choose.
Make sure you send me one of those packages too, man. Jeez.
Yeah. Gift cards, by the way, guys. Hey, guys, we're still waiting on Mr. Steve. We are actually going to be having the GM from the Duluth Harbor Monters. They are an arena league based out of Duluth, Minnesota. I have been, I got to send him the link. 1 second. Send me the link again, so I'm going to do that. They are based out of Duluth, Minnesota. They are only in their second. This is going into year 2. Last year, they went all the way to the championship, and they won their championship matchup. So yes,
wow,
guys, we are officially Duluth Harbor Monster fans. Excellent. I'm proud of them. Hey, Matt, can you please tell people that whatever that it's okay to have big and small, we still love them all, right?
Exactly, man. We don't discriminate. We don't hate discriminate. That doesn't matter. If you do anything that has to do with the sport, we love you.
That's right. We will follow you guys. I got some really cool guests coming up. I believe next week we have a good friend of mine. He is based out of Atlanta, 680 the fan, Brian Gebhardt. Matt should know who he is. And then I also have a really good friend of mine. He is I believe he's the offensive coordinator for the IFA, which is the International Football Alliance League's Alabama Beavers. They are based out of Huntsville, Alabama. We will have them on. I cannot wait to have them on. And guys, if you ever get the opportunity to go to Huntsville, Alabama, oh my God, it is such a beautiful town. And I'm not just being biased because I'm from Alabama, y'all, because Alabama is beautiful no matter what. But, Huntsville is a gorgeous town. It's kind of the outskirts of the mountains, kind of not. Just put you to where they get more snow there than Atlanta gets. So, and Atlanta, as you know, they're at the foothills of the Appalachians. Pretty beautiful town. So we have them. Then we have our good friend from 92.9 The Game, Mr. Abe Gordon, will be coming on Friday the 13th. Yes. On September the 13th, we're going to have Abe. Guys, Abe is going to be our third time around with him. We love having Abe come on. Abe is, so, I've had the privilege of getting to interview him when I was with the fan upstate. And now that he's come on our show, this will be the third time, excuse me. I actually have a blast getting to talk to him. I'm working on trying to get Mr. Nick Shalini, Kristen Mino, and Matt Chernoff to come on at the same time. Guys, I interned with them. I learned under them. If you guys don't remember, we had Nick Shalini on a couple weeks ago. He's a great guy. He really is. Have a lot of fun. So, Matt, let me ask you this because Steve is about to log on. Let me ask you this. Are you excited about the fact that we have not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 total days football to watch?
Man, tomorrow, man. Tomorrow, tomorrow I will be glued to the screen, man. It's just especially for that Georgia Clemson matchup, man. But
that is going to be a really interesting. I'm actually pretty interested to see what's going on. You and I had this conversation actually last episode. What were our predictions, and the common theme around the upstate, as everybody knows, I live in the upstate of South Carolina. I live 35 minutes directly from Clemson. And Matt only lives like 20, 30 minutes away from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, where they're hosting this lovely game. And the talk around here is if Clemson starts out hot, Cade Klubnik is the way that they are predicted to be, he's taking that step up that he's supposed to do. Dude, Clemson's going to win like 38-31 kind of thing. But if they come out slow, stagnant, lethargic, and UGA comes out one of the horsemen that they are, I'm going to go ahead and call that an even bigger blowout than I want to. Guys, UGA, everybody knows they are a dominant force.
Yep.
They are, they're electric. It's going to be a fun game. My brother Darren is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear some, and Matt, I don't want to hear this. If you want to hear some solid quality content about New Orleans sports and West, down south sports fanatics, my man Darren, his buddy Richie, the reasonable one, Dave, and then you also got Poncho. Check them out. Hey, Darren's a good buddy of mine, and Matt, he sees that ball cap, so he knows you're a diehard Falcons fan like me. But Darren is a good guy. His guys are really informative. They have good content, good rhetoric that you want to hear talking about New Orleans. Hey, and Darren, I do have in a recording, buddy, that you guys did give some high praise for the Dirty Birds, but I'm not going to hold it over your head there, brother. Hey, Darren also is connected to the Alabama Beavers. So he and Mr. Shane Anderson, actually. So, yeah, pretty excited to have them on. Matt, like I said, Steve should be here any minute. Let me ask you this. Let's see. Trey Davis. What did Trey Davis just say? A guy I work with told me he bought 3 tickets to the Georgia Clemson game for $3,600. Well, can you make sure that they forward us the $3,600 as well? Because, Matt and Mr. Brandon would love to have that money, right? Darren just said thank you, and we talk all kinds of sports. And, yes, I think they win the division. Yeah, I told you, Matt, they are pretty high on the Atlanta Falcons winning the division. Not so much on the record prediction that I gave to them. I told them the ceiling, I believe, is 14-3. The floor is 12-5. He thinks more like 11-6 or even a 10-7 kind of record.
Well,
but you know what matters though?
Games. You're gonna have those games that you're gonna, lose that you should have won. So it happens.
That's right. Hey, you know what though, Darren? I'm gonna make you do the Dirty Bird. If the Falcon, all right, how about this, Darren? I'm gonna hold this to you, okay? Matt is, and everybody who's watching can hear this. Darren, being the New Orleans Saints fan that you are, if Atlanta, come February, is hoisting the Lombardi in your home, the New Orleans Superdome, you got to do the Dirty Bird dance live on your show. You and the whole crew got to do the Dirty Bird dance. How does that sound? Let me know in the comments, Darren, what you say. I will. I'll read them out loud. I'm looking forward to it. Hey guys, let's see here. Like I said, we are waiting. The general manager, his name is Steve Walters. He is the general manager of the Duluth Harbor Monsters. They're an Arena League football team. For those who don't know and actually don't remember, our Matt and mine's good friend is also a coach in the Arena League. His name is Vint. Darren just said that'll never happen. Yeah, Darren, I'll make you do the dirty bird. He is actually the head coach of the Michigan Avengers. Vince is watching. Hey guys, check them out. They had a good season last year. We're pretty excited, ready to get going on that one. So, Matt, let me ask you this. Well, like I said, we're still waiting for him to come on. What is the feeling that you are getting around? Because I know you're a diehard Georgia Tech fan. What is the feeling you're getting around Georgia Tech right now? Could this be the year they finally get over the hurdle and maybe win 9 games? Remember, we just had this conversation on Tuesday about Georgia State and Georgia Tech playing.
Well, I mean, it's more so like, okay, that what happened last week, or week 0. Wow, we like it, but we're not going to hold our breath right now. You know, we're going to wait and see what happens with this next matchup that we have. You know, after the next couple, if the next couple of matchups go our way, which I think it will against Georgia State, and but if the next couple of matchups go our way, then then we'll raise an eyebrow. We'll be like, okay, hold on, what's going on here? Let's start paying attention to this. So once that happens, basically we're not going to get our hopes up. We're going to stay even keel, and we're just going to see what happens, check the results and live with the results and see what happens.
What is that old saying? Don't count your chickens until they hatch. Am I right?
Exactly.
Yeah, don't count them till they hatch. And there's also another Southerner saying that you can talk until the cows come home, but until they come home, it's just talk. Darren, you are correct. They did look really good, actually. Hey, I'm not, if you guys go back and listen to a couple episodes ago, we did our week 0 predictions, and we both predicted Georgia Tech was going to win over FSU. Matt had the closer score than I did, though. He predicted them to win 27-24. I said 28-24. For those who don't know, the score was 24-21. So Matt has got the trophy. Hey, though, while we're waiting for Steve, all right, let's go ahead and do the drawing.
Let's do it.
So I'm going to call my daughter to come down. So it's going to be loud for a second. She is going to help select the number. Okay. So 1 second. Addison. Hold on. Come here. Yes, this is. Darren just said, God, I hate FSU. Yeah, we call them the Florida State criminals, actually, Darren. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful daughter is right beside me. Addison, come here, baby. Say hi to everybody. Hi. This is my daughter, Addison. Addison, what I'm going to do you see all these papers in here?
Yes.
All right, so what I need you to do, stick your hand in there and just pull one out and hand it to me, okay? Give me a second. I'm going to shake it good. All right, stick your hand. Don't look. Just pull it out. Pull one out. Give it to me. All right. And the winner of the Sportz Nutz prize pack is, please remember your numbers, folks. And then so what I'm going to do, I'm going to read this number out. And the number that I read out, you have 24 hours. You have to respond. I need to have your name, your information. That includes your shirt size, everything. And we will get it to you. What's up, man?
How do you know what number this person has? Did you keep a log of it already?
I did, yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, Addison, would you please? I'm going to open it. You got to talk loud, okay, so I can hear you. What is the number that was selected?
5.
Addison has chosen number 5. If you are the number 5 listener, I know who you are, but if you are number 5, the number that I have given you, you have 24 hours to respond to us. You can respond to me, as Darren's saying, boo. You can respond to me via text, message. You can message us anywhere here, and we will get it to you. But I'm going to draw a secondary number.
Uh-oh.
I know it. So if number 5 does not reply,
Monkey wrench.
this next number will win. And the number, ladies and gentlemen, Addison hasn't said the number yet.
93.
Number 93. If you are number 93, you will get the prize pack. If number 5 does not respond, ladies and gentlemen, number 93 is Darren. So, Darren, if number 5 is not selected, you are the prize pack. So, guys, we appreciate all that you have done to get involved with the Sportz Nutz, getting us the subscribers. Guys, we are at 110 subscribers. We're only 15 away from our year-end goal of 120. Yes, Darren, that's funny. From 125. Let me check with Steve just to make sure he's coming on. This is bad radio. I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, things happen. Life happens.
But it should be any time. All right. So now that we have the prize pack drawing, I'm kind of going to cheat, guys, and tell you. Yes, I know. I think I know who the number 5 was, but I want to double check. I guess this is terrible radio by any stretch of the imagination. You don't.
Luckily, it's not radio. You know.
Well, technically, it is. But all right. Let's see here. The number 5 is did I get it? Oh, no, okay. It's not that person. Maddie Smith, I believe you are the winner. So Maddie, make sure if you are the winner, if you are number 5, please. Gosh, wait. If you are the winner, come on down. If you're not, Darren will be happy to enjoy your prize pack. Hey guys, we are looking at another live on location with Tequila's Grill and Easy. Matt is also looking at possible locations in Atlanta that we are going to try to get to sponsor our team. So be on the lookout for that. But if we do another live on location at Tequila's, it'll probably be around mid-November ish. It could maybe be the early part of December. We're not sure. Just be prepared on that one. So all right. So while we're waiting, Steve has said he's on his way on, so that's okay. So while we're waiting, let's do a little recap with regards to week 1 so far in the college football. Good luck, fellas, and have a good show. Thank you, Darren. All right. So week 1 so far has not been really a disappointment, if you agree with me on that one. Do you, Matt?
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. It's been very entertaining.
Absolutely. All right. Trey Davis just asked, how was the Colorado game? So we were actually going to dive into that right now as we speak. Y'all, I don't really care what you say. Colorado's bad. They're awful. They really are bad. And I'm not discrediting North Dakota State. No, I'm not. They are not scared of anybody. They are a perennial powerhouse in the FCS playoffs and in the FCS world in general. I think they won like 10 straight or something like that at one point. There were 5 straight championships, 10 overall. They're an impeccable team. They really gave Colorado everything they possibly could. You know, I'm having a good conversation with my good bud. Oh my goodness, my good friend Chase Cravey, who is the founder of Dirty Fanatics United. He says Travis Hunter is the ish, and Travis Hunter is good. I'm not discrediting he is good. It's been a very long time, though, since we've had a full-time two-way player. For those who don't know, Travis Hunter is a defensive back. He is also a wide receiver. Charles Woodson was a full-time as well. But the most prominent one, everybody knows, Deion Sanders himself. He was the perennial two-way player. You know, he also was the return man. So Travis Hunter did some phenomenal things. He lit it up, had incredible catches. Well, the final play, I'm going to go to that in a second, but I want to talk about this really cool kind of like game-saving interception that North Dakota State did. The linebacker for North Dakota State fell on the ground, stuck his foot magically in the air, and Shedeur Sanders throws the ball. The ball bounces off of his foot, goes in the air. Colorado receiver tries to catch it. Nope. North Dakota State guy comes down with it. intercepts the ball, keeps them in the game, possibly. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, Steve has just texted me. Let me send you the link.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, honestly, as far as the game goes, I want to see what Colorado's going to do when you have more potent or better defensive backs that are going to double team Hunter and take him out the game. Now that's when I want to see what Shedeur Sanders and Colorado's going to do, because Hunter bailed them out on a lot of third downs. Yeah.
Oh, did he ever? He bailed them out on a lot of things,
especially that third down to that touchdown catch, man. That was a really good, that was a pro catch. So he bailed them out. So when you started playing against, and I'm not sure about who's on their schedule. I have to look and see. But when you start playing in these conference games and against a lot of better teams with better defensive backs and better defensive linemen, because I mean, Colorado's offensive line, yeah, they got 10 new offensive linemen, but it's still a work in progress, man. So, like I said, I want to see what happens when they take Hunter out the game. What is that? What are they going to run the ball? Can Colorado run the ball? Can they pound the ball? Or is there another receiver, that they have that can take over the game, or that can, cause that double team on Hunter to prove to be costly to the defense?
Yeah, so so I'm gonna tell you this now, guys. Colorado only won by 4 yards. That's literally all they won by, was 4 yards. It was the final play of the game. That's a Hail Mary shot, right? And what does he do? And if you look back at the video, you literally see Hunter doing this, meaning bat it down, right? No, they all were trying to go for that wonderful interception, thinking they were going to get it. And came, very close to an amazing upset. But yes, I will go and tell you now, Colorado's bad. I would be surprised if you say 6. I say another 4-1 season.
I say 6 wins. I think they'll be a little bit better. But again, when they play better competition, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. And was it Dan Lannon said the correct statement last year? We're playing for wins. They're playing for clicks. Very true. I just sent the link over. He's having a little trouble connecting. What did Trey Davis? Trey Davis just said, why would you want Hunter to be your DB or wide receiver in the pro? Man, I'm going to have you answer that question first.
Oh, simple. I think in the pros, they're going to have him be more of a DB. I don't think they're going to want him to get tackled a lot. They're not going to want him to get hit a lot. He has a very slight frame. And when he gets to the league, he's dealing with monsters there. So I think they're more so going to have him on the defensive side of the ball in the pros. That's what I think is going to happen.
He has the frame for DBS, but he also has the build for a wide receiver. This is actually a really tough question. Good question, Trey. Hey, guys, in the stream, answer the question for Trey, too. If you would like to have him as a DB or a wide receiver, I'm going to go ahead and say I prefer him to be wide receiver. I think, given his size, his structure, he reminds me of a little bit of Xavier Legette, wide receiver out of the Carolina Panthers. He's built like him, but he's skinny and he's small, like a Tyreek Hill kind of build. I could see him being a wide receiver. Now, I'm not going to discredit the possibility he could be a DB as well in the NFL. We saw great two-way players in our time. Randall. What was his name? Played for the Washington Redskins. Antoine Randall L.
Yeah.
Antoine Randall L. He was a quarterback in college, but he turned his career into wide receiver play for the Washington Redskins. Did phenomenal things for the Redskins. And they still did use him a couple times as the quarterback. So, it's not like it's not impossible. It's not like it's improbable. It can happen, and it will happen possibly. I just don't see him being a full-timer. Hey, and then, you also have that possibility of a return man, Return man, Deion Sanders. Guys, if you don't remember, Deion Sanders kind of played three positions. He played wide receiver. He played DB/cornerback. He also played return man. And if you guys don't remember, he had three helmets. And it's true. True story. Look it up. He had three helmets he used. He had a cornerback helmet. He had a return man helmet. And he had a defensive back helmet. So wide receiver helmet. So they had three helmets. It's interesting. It was really funny. Scott Van Pelt actually, they talked to him last night.
Yeah.
Deion, what'd you think of this? And he goes, I don't curse, but I was thinking it. I was thinking about the cursing. Guys, it was a pretty disappointing game. Sorry, my girls are downstairs. It was a pretty disappointing game for Colorado's standards. How about this? While we're waiting, because he's trying to log on. How about this? We're going to pull right now. Okay, I'm going to pull him up. And you and me, Matt, we're going to talk about we're going to go game by game on their schedule. How does that sound?
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
Let's do that.
All right, so the Colorado Buffaloes, they play they won last night, 31-26 against FCS perennial powerhouse North Dakota State. Week 2, next Saturday, they're at Nebraska, which a lot of people are saying Nebraska could be the sleeper, actually. I would say Nebraska wins. So 1-1. Matt, what do you say?
I would say I think Colorado's going to win that one. I like okay. I know Nebraska has that freshman that was supposed to go to UGA. I can't remember his name. I think it's Dylan something. I can't remember.
Not Dylan Gabriel, because Gabriel plays.
It's not Gabriel. It's I forgot his name. He was supposed to go to UGA. He was supposed to be their quarterback, but then Dylan Raiola, yeah. Yeah. He was supposed to go there UGA, but I don't know if he's going to start this year or not. But I don't know. I can see I think Colorado's going to pull that one out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they'll pull that one out.
All right. So for those who have lost count, that means that Colorado is 2-0. Next game is the 14th against in-state rival Colorado State. What do you say? Do you say Colorado State wins, or do you say Colorado starts the season 3-0?
Nah, I know these two teams, they played each other last season, and I know it was kind of heated then. But I'm going to give this one to Colorado as well. I think Colorado.
You have them going 3-0.
Yeah, I know. It's like last year. They got a real favorable schedule at the beginning of the year, and then it just gets difficult.
I'm gonna actually, I want to say Colorado State wins. So I have them at 2-1. You have them at 3-0.
Yes.
Next game is against Baylor on September the 21st. They are playing against Baylor. Baylor, they've had their periods of good, and then they got bad. I don't know. Matt, what do you say? Do you say Colorado goes 4-0, or do they lose to Baylor?
They're going to go 4-0 here. they are going to go 4-0, and I think they are going to be Baylor.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I think they beat Baylor. So 3-1. You're 4-0. Yep. All right. Following game, Central Florida.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of their first games in the Big 12, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So Central Florida, they're at Central Florida. It is a really hard environment to win in Orlando.
It is.
I say Central Florida wins it, but I think it's going to be a close game. I say Central Florida wins.
I say Colorado wins this one. I think Colorado is going to.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're giving them a 5-0 start. Okay.
They will win this
one. All right. So then you have a bye. I think you have a bye week. Then it comes the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Number 18, Kansas State. I say K-State wins.
I agree with you.
Where you get your – all right, so you're 5-1.
Yeah.
I'm 5-3. Right? Yeah, I'm 5-3. Then this is where you come the meat of the schedule. The next week, they are playing at number 21, Arizona. I say Arizona wins that one as well. So now you're looking at what, 5? I say 5-4, and you're saying what, 5-2, 5-3?
Arizona's going to win this one.
Okay, so you now are 5-3, if I'm not mistaken. All right,
I'm 5-2. I'm 5-2.
5-2. All right, so here, this is going to be the make or break game right here. Is the following game against Cincinnati. Cincinnati, They're lost puppies. They've not really accomplished anything in the world since I just about aged myself and said BCS, but since their championship run, I say Colorado wins. That's their 6th win, right? That's bowl eligibility right there. What do you say?
Who did you have? You had Colorado winning this one?
Yes, I have Colorado winning handily.
Against the Cincinnati. Yeah, I had them beating Cincinnati as well. They'll beat Cincinnati.
So I have it at 6-4. You have it at what? 7-2.
No. I had them losing. They lost right now. The Cincinnati. Yeah, Cincinnati lost. Cincinnati will be a win for them, so that they only have 2 losses at that point. So
okay, so you're 6-3.
I'm 6-2.
You're 6-2, and I'm 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 3-4. So I am 4-4. All right, next following game at Lubbock, and they're playing at Texas Tech. That's actually going to be a really intriguing matchup. Texas Tech, for y'all you don't remember, they have one of the best offenses to ever play. I say Texas Tech wins. I'm saying 4-6.
Texas Tech wins this one here. Texas Tech wins this one, and Colorado will drop to 6-3.
6-3, and I am 4-5 on this one. All right, and then the Saturday, November the 16th, they're playing against Utah. Utah destroys them. Utah's number 12 in the nation. Utah handles them. So right there, that puts me at 4-6. So 4-6. What does that put you at? 6-4. 6-4. Okay. Then now, the next opponent is November the 23rd. I actually they're playing at number 22 Kansas. I can actually kind of give a little shout out to the team that played Kansas. They actually started as NAIA 10 years ago, moved up to Division III, Division II, quickly came approaching. This is only their first year officially in the FCS. They did get throttled last night. So shout out to Linderwood, but I'm going to say Kansas wins this game as well. So you're already at 4-7 right there. Yep. So I say this is where I say Buffalo is out of they are out of contention for a bowl game. What do you say, Matt?
I'm gonna give this one to Kansas as well. I think Kansas skill position players will be a little too much for Colorado. And Kansas will win. So I will have Kansas at 6-5 at this point.
Okay. All right. And the last game is the Oklahoma. They're playing against number 17, Oklahoma State. I say Oklahoma State wins. I say 4-8. Matt, what do you say?
Oklahoma State will win this one. I actually think Oklahoma State is going to blow them out in this game, man. This will drop Colorado to 6-6.
Okay. So you are giving Colorado a bowl game.
Yes.
I'm saying no bowl again for Colorado. So it's gonna be intriguing. Let me see here. He said he's trying to log in. I'm gonna let him know. You can also do audio through the link. All right, so we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I hope we get him on. I really do, because I'm excited to have him on. All right, so we let's tackle the next game that we saw last night. Okay, let me pull up the scores again, because last night was it was a lot of fun football to watch. Matt, how do you feel about North Carolina State right now? Are you kind of nervous for them? Because, guys, in case you had forgotten, and you, like I said, you were living under a rock, you didn't pay attention last night, North Carolina State had to wait until 4 minutes left in the game to pull away from Western Carolina, which is a SoCon, a Southern Conference team, plays in the same conference as Furman, which, like we said last on Tuesday, we had Dan Scott, voice of the Furman Paladins, on. Western Carolina gave a fit to North Carolina State. Man, how do you feel about North Carolina State? Do you think they are ACC championship bound, or do you think it's all for naught?
Well, I mean, it depends on their defense, man. I mean, their quarterback, Grayson McCall, he played an okay game. It was okay. But their running game, they had a good running game going, man, with their running back Waters. So I think it's just going to rely on their defense. I mean, Western Carolina gave them all they could handle for 3 quarters, and then the Wolfpack just pulled away in the fourth. Man, I think they just had 3 unanswered in the fourth, 3 unanswered touchdowns in the fourth, if I'm not mistaken. So it really just depends on this NC State defense. The defense started off slow, but they ended up waking up. So if they can just be consistent, I think NC State will have they'll have a pretty decent team this year.
I was just about to say, not only does it rely on the defense, it really relies on Grayson McCall.
Yeah.
He finished with 318 passing yards last night. Concepcion was his best wide receiver, 121 yards. Yeah. That dude is phenomenal. He's going to, you know who he reminds me of?
Who?
And it's kind of a mixture of Wes Welker and Tyreek Hill put together. And he jukes and moves. God. Do you remember Reggie Wayne, who played for the Indianapolis Colts?
I remember Reggie Wayne. Yes, I do.
He reminds me a little bit of him as well because he's shifty. He is elusive. He's fast. It really relies on looking at NC State's schedule. It's I don't really know if you want to call it favorable or hard. They got next week. They're playing against Tennessee. Tennessee is going to throttle, and I mean absolutely throttle NC State. I'm saying like 48 to 14 kind of score. Woo. Matt, what do you think? What do you think the score, the final will be? Do you think NC State pulls it off against Tennessee or Tennessee?
I don't. I think Tennessee is going to win. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think Tennessee will win. NC State does have weapons. They do have weapons, and then we're playing college football here. Everybody's not going to make it to the NFL, so they're not playing against NFL's caliber defenses. So they're going to get points. NC State, they're going to score. Like I said, the question is just the defense. Can the defense stop the other team from scoring more points? But I see Tennessee winning this one. I see Tennessee winning. It's something like more so 34-21, something in that.
Okay. I like that score. That's a reasonable score. Hey, September the 14th, they're playing Louisiana Tech. Now, guys, thankfully they're not playing at La Tech, which if you've never been to Ruston, Louisiana, you're not missing much. I had the unfortunate privilege to go there when Louisiana Tech was in the Western Athletic Conference. They played against University of Hawaii. Not a really good place. Great college environment, but not a great place. I say NC State wins against Louisiana Tech. I say it's not even a question. So right there alone, I'm saying NC State's 2-1. Matt, what do you say?
NC State, I agree with you. I think they'll be 2-1. Well, yeah. I'll say 2-1. There you go.
Now, Steve he was just in and he came back out, so it should be any time. He's just got to make sure everything connects. I just saw him link on there too. Matt, if you do see him come in, let me know and we'll get him on. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So then we go to September 21st. They're playing here at Clemson, number 14 Clemson. NC State wins. I know those two go back and forth, neck and neck every year. I just see Clemson winning it. I think Clemson wins like 35-20. That's the score I'm going with. So that puts it at 2-2 right now for North Carolina State. What do you say? I
agree. I think Clemson is going to win mighty handedly. Actually, I think Clemson just has too many beasts on defense, especially on the D line with Peter Woods, and T.J. Parker, I believe. They just have too many. Their defense is too stout, and on the offense, of course, you got Klubnik, and you got Maffa. So we're going to see, and then they have a boatload of receivers too that can get you 100 yards. So I think Clemson is just going to overwhelm them, and I see Clemson winning big here, like 42-17.
Okay, I can see that too. All right, next game they play versus Northern Illinois. Not going to give you any backlash on that one. North Carolina State is 3-2.
Yes, I agree.
At that game, 3-2. Then the following game, they're playing against Wake Forest. This is a toss-up game. This is a trap game right here. I say Wake wins, so that puts 1, 2, 3. So that puts them at what? 4-3.
4-3, yes.
Yes. All right. So 4-3. All right, folks. We're gonna stop doing the countdown. Our good friend Steve is here. Steve, can you hear us? Steve, can you hear us? No. So we're still having, as you see, we're having some technical difficulties with him. Let's try it again and see if we can get it going. I'm gonna send him a message real quick. All right, hold on.
No, take your time. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing what NC State's going to do this season, man. For one, I would like to see them, rise from the ranks of the, everybody over there in the Carolinas. So,
yeah, I agree. Then you got Syracuse. Syracuse is a hard team to play. I say they still beat Syracuse. Then you play first time comer California.
Mm-hmm.
Say Cal wins. Then you play against Stanford. I say Stanford wins that game. Then you play against Duke. Now the final 3 games are Duke, Georgia Tech, North Carolina. I say Duke. They beat Duke, lose to Tech, and they lose to North Carolina. North Carolina State maybe a 7-5 team or a 6-6 team. What do you think?
I agree. They're around that range, man. On the high end, 8 wins. On the low end, 5 wins. So I can see that for them.
All right, let's try and get Steve on. Oh, he's going to restart again. Is what you just said. All right, so it's okay. Hey guys, remember he is in Duluth, Minnesota. Minnesota does not have the absolute best cell phone signal. So hey, Blaze just said my birthday is coming up on the 5th. Happy birthday, Blaze.
Happy birthday.
Cheering you happy birthday, brother. All right. So Matt, we've already covered 2 teams, Colorado, and we've covered NC State. What are your takes though overall last night that you saw for week 1? Like, what was your aha moments and your what kind of moments?
One of my what kind of moments was let's see. I want to say maybe I didn't think there were too many what moments or too many oh my gosh moments, but I mean mainly.
All right, we have Coach O'Neill. He is the head football coach for the Duluth Harbor Monsters. Let me get him on. Coach O'Neill, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Good. I know we've been having a little bit of technical difficulties with Steve there. Like we said, we know Minnesota does not exactly have the best cell phone reception, but we do appreciate you guys coming on. How are we doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I just closed the restaurant, so I can make myself available for you guys. Had to change.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
dirty kitchen right now.
This man is already in the ranks of the Arena League football gods. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Coach of the Year. Coach, please tell us, first off, I'm giving you an article. That's awesome to be Coach of the Year. How did that feel to know you have taken the ranks and surprised all the naysayers and are the Coach of the Year in the Arena League?
I guess it really hasn't hit me yet. I'm already on the season 2 and trying to figure out our roster and what we're going to do moving forward. We graduated a lot of guys to the NAL, and their season will conflict with our season, obviously. So we're on that recruiting hunt and trying to, facilitate the next roster. So,
absolutely. Hey, I messaged you yesterday and I said I had seen some reports that you guys had started the talks a couple years ago, but this year was your officially your first year. Take us through, because Matt and I are very intrigued by the Arena League. I have a good friend who actually is a coach for the Arena League, an Arena League team. It's the Michigan Avengers. Now, can you tell us what it's like in the recruiting process or the free agency process of how you get your roster built?
So, I don't want to say I was naive. I went about this a little bit different. I wanted to give guys who I felt deserved a shot, who had tried out for the the AF1 team down in Minneapolis, an opportunity to ball because I was there at the tryouts, just trying to pick up the scraps. And so we picked up a lot of semi-pro guys to start the season. Guys that never really played a high level of college football or even any college football per se. Guys that just were athletically gifted, but never truly been coached. So I wanted that challenge. I felt like I can make semi-pro guys champions, or at least championship contenders, then the coaching would speak for itself. So we went that route at first. And at first it looked good. We played up one athletic showcase, and we put up 84 points on them for the preseason game, and then we got into our season, and all hell broke loose a little bit. We had to change some things up, man. And I realized that the issue and why a lot of semi-pro guys don't get opportunities. I'm not going to say all, and this isn't to deter any other coaches from giving semi-pro an opportunity. Just when you play at a certain level of competition and you're playing against guys that are coming from these D1 schools, SEC schools and ACC, it's a certain level of dog that's in them, that's been instilled in them. And they take you being on the field very personable, and they're trying to lay you out every play. So when that happened and I seen guys physically quit, like the quit happened, you made eye contact with them, they looked away from you and they looked down. When that started to happen, I flipped my whole roster mid-season and brought in the right caliber players, and we made our run.
Yeah, and it's understandable. It's very tough, in general, being a coach is not the easiest. I coached for a couple years in high school level, and I can attest this. You lose your hair really quick. It's very stressful. Matt, what you have a question for him? So go ahead and ask him, Matt.
Yeah, Coach. First of all, congratulations on you guys' championship victory. Now that you guys are the champions, you guys are gonna have that quintessential target on your back, and you're going to get 150% from each team. With you saying you're having to get new players on your roster now, how do you coach them up to match these other teams' intensity?
It's simple. It's a zero bullshit tolerance here. Film gets you a look, but you still got to come to the tryout. I don't care how much experience you have. Very quickly, that guys will send you film from 2001. Just don't know, because there's so many leagues out here. You really background on everybody. So yeah, although the film may look a certain way, they show up to camp 20 pounds heavy with a gut and can't physically perform. So we made this gauntlet last year where we basically tire you out. We wear you out with conditioning before you even do anything football related. We need to see right there. That's like 50% of it right there. A lot of our guys are going to be returning. We're going to give them that opportunity too, because obviously they're the champs. Like they earn that right. But for the players that we do bring on, whether they're temporary or whether they stay the full season, due to them just beating out the guys that are trying to return, we look forward in your practice, man, and just what you bring to the table. We're in pads the day one. You sign your waiver and you're in pads and you're insured. So it's something that we kind of formulated. It's a little bit different from other arena leagues where you're just paying, this finder's fee to basically build the bank of most arena teams, and they never wind up bringing you on. We're going to take the best player out of each tryout, or best players out of each tryout, and they're going to play football.
Okay.
And I like that. I like that mentality. Nothing is easy. Nothing is given to you.
Right.
And, unfortunately, a lot of these young minds that I think, oh, it should be given to me because I played at XYZ. My dad is Joe or whomever. You have a lot of that mentality, And one of the questions that I have, the burning, it's, about it. Everybody knows about it. NIL. NIL comes, NIL takes everything from everybody. You see college athletes who expect to have, oodles and oodles of dollars. You have athletes who expect, now the key word there is they expect to have it. How do you guys go into this in the mind frame of, the heck with NIL? You're here to play. You got to pay your dues kind of thing.
Well, I think for the most part, a lot of these players know that my reach is a little bit deep. I know a lot of former Hall of Famers. I know a lot of the UFL coaches. So we're trying to graduate our guys. At the end of the day, I can't speak for other teams and other scouts. I mean, what I've noticed since becoming a head coach, you have like all these different scouting agencies jumping all over your post, even when you're doing these type of lives, trying to get recruiting, and then it goes into your DM. I put you in front of the right coach or the player personnel for that team. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. They tell you what you need to work on and what you need to improve, or they just pass on you in general. I think that's the biggest thing that we have for us, is my connections to that next level. This was a brand new league. It was a well thought out league. It took 2 years to be established. So that's why I get why you were kind of confused about, when we actually started. They wanted to make sure that all the funding was correct, all the sponsorships were correct, and that we would be able to be sustained in our payroll so that it wouldn't be any hiccups when it came to guys getting paid or coaches getting paid, so on and so forth. They wanted it well ran. So I can appreciate, the TAL and what they did for us moving forward. But I feel like when players come in, you just got to be transparent. This is what we offer. This is who we have coming down to watch these games. This is where you're trying to go. You got to eat these 8 games. Yeah, best pay, but here's a full-time job. You don't have to worry about a roof over your head or food or anything like that. If you want to work, you have the daytime to do so. Our practices are at nighttime, and this is what it is at the arena level.
And I like that. And Matt will tell you this, and then we're going to bring Steve is here. We're trying to bring him on. But I want to say this: we're diehard football fans. I played it. I've coached it. I've been around it pretty much my whole life, and you do have that certain level of expectations. And it's funny you said that you had some players who would say, "Oh yeah, I'm great at X, Y, Z," and they come in and they have a really big belly, that kind of stuff. And it's true. It really is. It's true that you have these unusual, I call them oddities, that kind of thing. And, I love football. It's passion. I can, and every time you post the videos of like you seeing like plays and drills, it brings back the memories for me. I mean, you posted one, I believe, earlier today, Oklahoma. That was one of my both favorite and hated drills, because I hated it because I always had to go against one of the hardest hitters in the rushing game. I always, and no matter what, but I loved it because they put that on me because I was one of the hardest hitting and hardest working players. I had a great, illustrious career. Unfortunately, I tore my ACL and MCL, and back in 2002 to 2024, the technology and everything has changed for sports medicine. So unfortunately, I never got to pursue what could have been, but I still have the opportunity to teach others the game. I love it. I watched religiously watch it, and my wife she's actually sitting next to me, but you can ask her. She will attest to you that she gets tired of me trying to explain plays to her, and it's always something. And Matt and I have a friend, JD. He wants to have that ability to. You break the huddle, and you knew exactly just by as soon as they break the huddle line up, they're going there, they're going there. Players going to run here. This is what they're calling, and you know it right away. And then you tell them, oh, they're going right here, and the people you're with, they look at you and go, how did you know that? And you can attest to that, right? It's like the sixth sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To be honest, man, it was a few times I was on the field, and I would be on the radio to my safety, like, hey, this is a run play. Or, hey, this is a short play, or hey, you need to go wide. It's just instinct, man. It's something that, it's instilled. I played ball for 19 years. I played at the level for 5.5. So you pick up a lot of things. And then being, one of my coaches was the Gravedigger, was Gilbert Brown, and his brother Kyle Brown.
Oh, we're good. I remember Gilbert Brown.
Yeah, so I've picked up a lot of things from a lot of different people. I've absorbed everything like a sponge. I enjoyed being a fly on the wall and just observing and listening and being coachable. That's always been my tangibles. And then just being a leader. And I was able to, a head coach is primarily a guy that can manage grown men's talents and put forth something great as a game plan. So we feel as though we're on the right track. We want to look to dominate these next 2 years and then eventually move up.
Okay, and I like that. Take it a year by year. That's always the approach you got to have. Take it year by year. Don't look so far in the future as to what else could be, or what could be, or what if, that kind of stuff. Now, Matt, I'm gonna try and bring Steve on. Steve just gets next, so we're gonna stay with you right now for a moment, Coach O'Neill. Matt, I know you have some good questions you want to ask, so ask Coach O'Neill your next question.
Okay, no problem at all. So, what has been the best part of this job that you have so far as you coaching? What has been the highlight so far? Besides the championship, we know the championship is always a highlight, man. But what's given you like a high from doing this job?
That is, it's. I've been given the keys to the kingdom per se. Our GM and our owner stays out of my way. And I don't say that in a negative way, but they've literally said, Tony, whatever you need to do, we're going to do. And we fully support whatever choices you make. We're going to ride with you on it. And that's very rare. Normally, you got to follow the owner's formula. Normally, you have a very stubborn GM in front of you who wants certain roster pieces. Never had to deal with that in this organization. So I was able to hire the staff that I wanted. I was able to bring in the players that I wanted. And I think it turns into being your baby. You get to feed it. You get to burp it. You get to raise it. So that's exactly what we're doing.
Now, I have a two-part kind of question on this one for you, Coach. The first part is we, as you can tell, we're Southerners. I'm from, as they call it, LA, the lower Alabama, the real LA. I'm from Mobile, Alabama, so I'm a down south Southern boy. Matt is from the north, but he now is an ATLian. He lives in Atlanta. We both are diehard ATL people. Now, football it's different in the South than it is in the North. There is a saying that we have here in the South that is, "You ain't done yet." And why do we say that kind of stuff? It's because year two for any sport usually means you have way more talent, more camaraderie, more interest in the fans. What are you looking forward to now for year two to help get more fans into the DECC arena?
Well, first and foremost, man, I'm not from the North. I'm from Miami, Florida.
Okay. So you still Southerner then, all right?
Yeah. So me bringing that to the North has been major because I coach at the high school level too. I've helped turn their organization around. But I feel like what is going to be more intriguing for the fans is just what we've been doing, being super personable, super transparent, allowing our work in the community to speak for itself, being super active with the youth in the community, holding camps, holding free camps, and just being there, being visible, not letting them forget about the Duluth Arbor Monsters is the biggest thing. It's a lot of drop off time until the season kicks back up. So we got to make sure that we're doing our part, and in turn, they're going to make sure they do their part with filling the stands.
Okay. All right. So, guys, we're talking here with the Duluth Harbor Monsters head football coach of the year of the Arena League football team, Coach Tony O'Neill. Hey, Coach O'Neill, we are so glad to have you on. I do have Steve. He is able to hear this. I'm going to try and bring him on. I know it is the cell phone reception is hard. Steve, are you able to hear us?
Yeah.
What's up, boss man?
Okay. I am able to hear you, but I doubt that you guys can even hear me now.
Oh, we can hear you. Oh, we can absolutely hear you. Yes. Thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome. Well,
yes,
great.
we can hear you. Thank you so much, like I said, for coming on. Matt and I, we, like I said, we care about, little, big, small, medium. We care about all angles of every sport that there is. It's just something, it's personal for us. I've been in the media industry for 21 years now. I've ironically known Matt the same amount of time. And it's something different about getting the chance to talk to like smaller programs like you all's self, or like smaller conferences. Matt and I were just talking yesterday about trying to get somebody from the Bowling Green Falcons to come on, a MAC school. What with what you have had happen this year with Coach O'Neill winning Coach of the Year, winning the championship, are you have that back of your mind fear of, oh my gosh, could he make the jump to say the UFL or the CFL or even the big boy NFL?
No, that's not a fear at all. In fact, if that happens, I would only be happy. It's the same with any of our players or anything else. I have openly talked to our players over and over again. I'm talking to all sorts of different other teams in different leagues, trying to help promote our amazing players. They're awesome. And as Tony said earlier, that's kind of what we are for these players, is a platform for them. They're trying to get more money. They're trying to get more status. They want to be NFL caliber, or at least, maybe football or UFL. If
Okay.
Coach Tony moved on to a bigger, better league, I would only ever pat him on the back and say, congratulations, I'm very, very proud of you. That's it.
Okay. Now, Matt, do you have a question for Steve you'd like to ask?
Yes,
I don't know
Steve.
if any of that
First of
came
all,
through. I'm sorry.
it came through. Congratulations on your championship victory, Steve. But for
Okay.
those who don't know, like our listeners and viewers, can you elaborate a bit on your journey and what it took for you to get to the position that you're in right now?
Sure. So my background is not in football, like Tony. Like, my background is in marketing and in sales and stuff like that. So, like, how I even got involved in this in the first place is my wife. We were in radio together, and she was on the morning show. At the time, I was looking for a different job, and I no longer wanted to do what I was doing. And the league had gone on her morning show to try to promote the fact that there was a team coming to Duluth. They didn't have a name yet. They didn't have a coach yet. They didn't have a GM or anything else. But a team was coming to Duluth, so get ready. And she said, you should throw your hat in the ring. They're looking for someone just like you. And I said, I doubt that. They're probably looking for somebody with, a sports background. Well, either way, she said, no, they're looking for somebody with sales, with marketing, with management, with, involved in startups. That's you. You should throw your hat in the ring. So I sent in my resume, and within 2 hours, I got a phone call from the league saying, hey, could you jump on a Zoom call with us? And that Zoom call went a lot better than this. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about
No, that's actually really good. We really are
But,
enjoying this, actually.
But that at the end of that Zoom call, I found out afterwards that the representative of the league had turned to our owner and said, he's the one, we're going to go with him. And then our owner said, why him? He doesn't have any arena football background. And he said, that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter if he's got baseball background or hockey background. Teach him that element. Need him to get out there and try to sell this team, sell this whole idea. Right now, he's basically selling a logo and the concept that a football team could come here to give me money. So that's what I did for the first good of my career with the Harbor Monsters, was selling a dream, selling an idea to different partners around Duluth. And so many partners stepped up and were excited to be a part of the Duluth Harbor Monsters and what could be. And I think it blew us all away. It blew the partners away. It blew me away. What we actually became. And I don't mean just champions. I mean, well before we were champions. Our very first game, I remember, I think it was the second play of the game. I don't even remember technically what it was. I just remember the reaction of the crowd. I was running around with from one end to the stadium to the other to try to put out one fire. And while I was running down there, the whole crowd just went berserk. So I stopped, spun around to watch Terrence running down the field. And the crowd was just so loud and so excited. And all I could think is, Duluth loves their team this much, and they don't even know who we are yet. This is the first time they ever sat in these seats. This is the first time they've ever seen us, and they just love us this much already. And so from there on, there's been so many different things that have I think blown us all away. And yes, the championship was a huge thing. I think it kind of became a foregone conclusion right there at the end that we might have to travel down to Kansas City. And the fact that the Woo took out Kansas City right away opened up a brand new path, and we were going to be able to host not only a playoff game, but also the championship. And that just was an amazing opportunity.
We wanted the GOATs. I wanted to play the GOAT.
Say that again.
I said, what?
No, I know. I know you did. I know you did.
You know, it's good to have a city, back you. Steve, I've always been a fan actually of arena football. And I'm a fan of football, but arena football in general. I was actually a multi-year season ticket holder for the original Georgia Force. I don't know if you remember them. They were a prominent face in Atlanta sports history. They were electric. They played at State Farm. Back then it was called Phillips Arena. Now it's called State Farm Arena. You had two sports teams really in Atlanta that you really wanted to watch. You had the Atlanta Falcons because you had Michael Vick there. You had Matt Ryan up and coming, and you had Matt Nagy and the Georgia Force. Obviously the AFL got too big for itself at the time. The entire league folded, came back, folded again. Then comes the 2024 campaign. Teams were starting. Georgia was actually mentioned as one of the teams, but the biggest issue that kept coming up was they couldn't pay for their fees. They couldn't pay their players. We started seeing teams fold. And then it became too much of a headache. We saw teams talking about shortening the seasons. Ultimately, the CEO, I guess you would call him, or the owner of the league, he left. He bounced. Jeff Fisher was, the former head coach of the St. Louis Rams, took over. And then there came the part of the possibility of reducing the league and the season. They reduced the teams. They did everything. Now the first part I have on this question is for you, and then I'm also going to ask you on this too, Coach O'Neill. What can the Arena Football League learn from the Arena League to help continue to provide the entertainment to thousands of fans? And then the second part, which is for both of you, Duluth is a very beautiful city. I've seen it so many times on TV. It's, it is on a bucket list to visit Minnesota. And, I'm extremely excited for the future of the Arena League. What can fans which by the new fans here in the South, what can the fans expect from both the Arena League and the Harbor Monsters going into the 2025 season?
Go ahead, Steve.
Sure. Well, I guess for starters, when it comes to the league that's like, for instance, the Myth, I can only really speak on behalf of the Myth. There was a lot of other issues that happened with several of the other teams, but there were, as we've already seen, teams that were successful in that league that sustained themselves. But when it came to, for instance, the Myth, as well as like the Voodoo and others, it seemed like, when we went to their very first game, I knew what I had done in preparation for our season. I knew how many partners I had and how much funding I had. I knew that I had the entire walls lined with partners, and we had this, we had that. Whereas when I sat there, and then when Tony sat there and a bunch of our players, we brought them all down there to kind of watch the Myth. We were all kind of dumbfounded that they had no partners. They had 4 partners. They were resting their entire survival on TV. There was nobody in the arena. There was probably 200 people total in the arena. When we went in there, I bought my ticket and I started to walk in. I thought it was kind of weird that there was no music. There was no really crowd. But I thought maybe I got here early, even though we clearly weren't. And I showed my ticket to the security guard there, and I said, where do I sit? He said, you sit wherever you want, buddy. There ain't nobody coming. And I said, all right. So we went and sat right in front. And it was sad. Like I wanted more from them, if that makes sense. I wanted, I wanted them not to exist in one way, because they were competition to us. But also, when we sat there in those seats and watched everything that took place, it was sad and it was frustrating And I then started thinking, I don't want this to an our brand. And then I ended up folding. That terrified me, because then I thought, I let this scene us, them folding. So I wanted to make sure that that anyone who asked about it, like, that they knew that that's a different league. That has nothing to do with our league. We know what we're doing. We have sturdy ground. We're good to go. And then I guess now it dawned on me after our season was over, afterwards, that we made it. We made it all the way through the whole entire season. We played every single game. We had thousands of people at every single game. We had an amazing experience for the fans. Our players loved being Harbor Monsters. So many of them have already said that they're coming back, and it all worked. Everything functioned. Everything made it all the way through. And we had a lot of frustrating learning lessons all the way through the season, as well as before the season. Like, for instance, just one minor level, like the helmets. I tried to go a little bit cheap, and we went with some helmets that we found out why they were. So we had to go with Rydell's. And we end up, buying helmets twice, like that kind of nonsense like that. Whereas, you learn from season one what you didn't know, so that you can be better for next season. So that's, I guess, going into 2025, there is so much more that we know now that we didn't know, because everyone was new. This was my being a GM. This was the first time Tony's been the head coach of a pro football team. This is the first time we had, our owner. It was the first time he was ever an owner of a sports team. This was the first time this league's ever, existed. There was so many things that we were all jumping in this together, in this brand new adventure. And now season 2 is going to be so much smoother, so much easier, because we know what we're doing now.
Absolutely. Matt, you have a question. Go ahead.
Yes. Besides like NIL deals that are going on right now in sports, do you see any other trends emerging in arena football?
Well, I know we're currently right now not to kind of trying to ink deals with, like club companies that have sports apparels, people that's going to, get behind our brand and believe in what we're doing, because at the end of the day, we're streaming to thousands and thousands of people, on average about 17,000 people a game are tuning into the YouTube and watching us play. And it's only going to grow. I can only imagine it growing. Not to curse that or anything, but on is just so different. Like, how many arena games or football games have you been to where the head coach is throwing footballs into the fans, to the kids, where the players are playing catch, doing halftime with the kids from the stands? We're fully interactive with our fans. We're fully the cheerleaders, everybody from top to bottom is fully interactive. So it's not only are we putting on a football game, but we're putting on a show that they want to continuously come back to and watch and be a part of. So I don't really know what we'll be able to accomplish, but with our GM, with Steve doing what he does, and the ideas that I continuously throw at them on a daily basis, I'm pretty sure he's annoyed with me. But we're done. We have,
And that's where it really sets the difference between, Team A and Team B is the camaraderie. The camaraderie you have not only in the players, but also in the front office staff, the coaching staff. Communication has always been the number one focus that I teached. That I taught my daughters, that I taught my players in basketball and football. You communicate with each other. You have open lines of communication for everything. Like I was telling you before Steve came on, a good friend of mine, he's actually watching right now. He is the head coach of the Michigan Avengers. They're an arena football team. I guess to call it in the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And now, Steve, this is kind of like this is the more of a statement than my last question I have for you all. Obviously, we're going to follow you guys from here on out, hands down. All the people who are watching, we want to follow you as well. We are proud of everything you guys have accomplished. I mean, like you just said, you've only been around this is your first year, and you've already accomplished great things. You have more greatness to come, as they say. Matt is located, yes, in Atlanta. I'm located in Easley, South Carolina. But you have some solid fans here. We are some diehard sports fanatics. We are definitely going to have to try and make a trip up there to watch you guys play. Obviously, Matt and I are going to buy some of y'all's gear, so we have it at the Sportz Nutz studio. And we're going to display it loud. We're going to display it proud for you guys. With that being said, though, could you please let everybody know where they can follow not only you, Coach O'Neill, you, Steve, but the Harbor Monsters, and where they can follow everything that they need to know about the Arena League?
Steve?
Do you hear me, Steve?
I apologize. Just that one more time. Where do you want me to send?
Oh, where can they find not only you, Coach O'Neill? Yeah, we can hear you. Where can they find you on social media? Where they can find more about the Harbor Monsters, and kind of give an indication when the schedule could be released.
Mm-hmm. So I do believe that the schedule is probably going to be released this week. I just spoke with the founder of the league, and he's working on that right now because he's just trying to make sure that all the arenas work schedule. I something out this week, and of course, when that happens, it'll be on everybody's social media. It'll be on ours. It'll be on every one of the other teams. We'll get it out there loud and proud as fast as possible, as well as out to all of our past season ticket holders and everyone else.
Okay. Now, Coach,
and of course, it'll be on our website, DuluthMonsters.com.
There you go. And Coach O'Neill, I'm going to ask you the same thing. Where can they find you, sir? Where can people learn about Coach O'Neill? About, inside look, if you have any type of, inside knowledge of the day in life of how to grow men into grow boys into men, grow into stronger men, solid foundation players. Where can they find you on social media?
I'm on Facebook at O'Neill Tony. Also, you can find me at my Instagram, which is Jamrock Cultural Restaurant, or Jamrock _cultural_restaurant. Or you can just email me, man, at Tony@DuluthMonsters.com. The difference, they need to understand before they follow me, though. I'm super transparent. I'm super real. Like, there's no facade to anything that's going on. I think wing tee's bullshit. Sorry to.
Hey. No, I even told you. Remember, I even replied. I said I never liked the wing tee or the wishbone. That was never my thing. No.
I'm trying to eradicate that right now in our high school conference by just dominating it, and making these coaches do better. Not so much lazy coaching. But yeah, it's just those are the places you can locate me. If anybody wants to reach out about what they should do as a first year head coach, I have a little bit of knowledge, but you can take from my bag of tricks and utilize that how you want to utilize it. But my biggest thing for you guys to do is just be yourself, man. The men can see through bullshit a mile away. A lot of them have been through a lot of stuff, and if you can't grab their attention, you'll never have it. So,
amen to that one. Hey, guys, we absolutely had a blast. I know we had a little bit of technical issues with you, Steve, but it's okay. We loved having you guys on. Guys, you gained followers. I promise you. You already have. We are only going to continue this promoting with you guys. When that schedule comes out, Sportz Nutz fans will see, hey, this is the schedule for them, because I do have connections in the Minnesota area. So I want them to come check you guys out, support you guys. And, hey, let's try and get you guys sold out, not one, but every home game. How does that sound?
That sounds awesome, man.
Very good. Hey, guys, we thank you from the bottom of we thank you from the bottom of our heart. We're gonna say go Harbor Monsters. We are cheering you guys on left and right, and we do hope to have you guys on again soon. Just to kind of give more of an update of the Arena League and what more could be coming, if that's okay with y'all.
Yeah, of course. I'm available. I told you, utilize me however you need, man.
Absolutely.
Excellent. I really appreciate it. Steve, I know it's going on 9 o'clock here and it's going on 10 here, or going on 8 o'clock there. It's going on 9 o'clock here. Please enjoy time with your family. Please thank them for letting us bend your ear for the time we did. Coach O'Neill, we really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. We're glad you guys came on, and we are looking forward to a nice, successful 2025 season. Hey, let's go for 2 in a row on those championships. Are you guys down for that?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, guys, they are the Duluth Harbor Monsters. Please check them out. You guys will see that we are going to post more information on them on our Facebook page. Until then, guys, y'all have a wonderful evening. That was a really cool conversation, if you know what I mean. I had a lot of fun. Hey, I know we had technical issues with Steve. It's okay, Matt. I'm going to put the screen on you. I have to go get something real quick. I have to take some time to take one of my night medications for my pain, so I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, no problem at all. All right.
Talk what you need to talk about.
Okay, now first thing we're going to talk about actually is the upcoming games for NFL, for the NFL Week 1. Let's pull these up. All right. Thursday, we actually have the Chiefs and Ravens. Chiefs and Ravens, I look for, I think I mentioned in the previous episode, I see the Ravens coming out on top here. Again, Chiefs never win their first game in the season. They always drop the 0-1. So, but I look for Lamar having a good game here, utilizing his legs. And then also, let's not forget, they got Derrick Henry. So Derrick Henry and, that defensive line from the Chiefs, I'm anxious to see them go at it head-to-head. So, but I got the Ravens coming out on top on that one. Next game, we got the Packers and Eagles. Eagles got a bunch of new weapons to play with. I think they got Jahan Dotson from the Commanders. That's a slot receiver, but they also got Saquon Barkley as well. So I look for the Eagles to actually come out and dominate that particular game. Panthers and Saints. Let's go ahead and move on. No, I'm not going to do that. Panthers and Saints. I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting game. Of course, I think the Saints, they have the veterans there. I look for the Saints to pull it out over the Panthers. Quite easy win. But I want to see something from Bryce Young, though. I want to see something. I want to see how he's matured going into year 2. For the Vikings and Giants, I'm gonna go with the Vikings here. I just think a better overall team. It's unfortunate what happened to their rookie quarterback, but I think the Vikings will pull it off. Patriots and Bengals. I look for the Bengals to come out fast. Joe Burrow missed most of the season last year. I look for him to come back and make a statement this year. I could see an MVP type season from him. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals on that one. Falcons and Steelers. Steelers offense looked atrocious, but again, that was preseason.
No, that's regular season too. Because remember, Arthur Smith had that lonely campaign of believing he was Madden 08, 09 champion.
Something like that. Something like that. But I gotta go with the Falcons here. I think the Falcons are gonna, with Captain Kirk here to to lead the ship, and it seems like the Falcons are gonna utilize Bijan the way he's supposed to be utilized. So I'll look for the Falcons. Please, sir. Bijan. But I look for the Falcons to win this one. Colts and Texans. I think that'll probably low key. Colts and Texans and Titans and Bears. I think those two games are going to be shootouts. I look for the Colts and Texans. I don't know who will win that one.
The Texans win that game.
You think so? Because you got Anthony.
I'm gonna say it's like a 16-13 kind of game.
Okay, I don't know, man. They both have, you got the Texans. They got Stephon Diggs there now, man. They got Joe Mixon.
But you gotta remember, there is this real thing. It's called the sophomore slump. It's very real. Every team has experienced it.
That is real. That is real. But I think he has enough receivers where he won't experience that with Diggs, and you got Tank Dell and you got Nico Brown. I think they'll be fine. With the Bears and Titans, I think this will be a shootout. I think a lot of people, I think Will Levis is going to surprise a lot of people. But I think Caleb Williams is going to surprise a lot of people too. And
Yes.
I see that being a shootout, man.
I'm sold on him.
Me too. I really like him, man. I really like him. Just poise in the pocket, his comfortability to try things and improvise. Very, very, very Pat Mahomes-ish. But I like him. I like him. For the Cardinals and Bills, I look for the Bills to, to handle that one pretty easily. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals had a good season. It just happens like that sometimes in the NFL. Teams just flip a switch. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kyler Murray went back to that form he was in about 3-4 years ago and they have a good season. But I look for the Bills to win this one. That good season won't start week 1. For the Jaguars and Dolphins, I look for the Dolphins to pull that off. Tua just got paid. Dolphins have a prolific offense. I look for Devon Arcane to have a big year of rushing. And I'm pretty sure, Tyreek Hill is going to continue to do his thing. Can't forget about Jalen Waddle as well. Wow, what an offense. Cowboys and Browns. I am going to go with the Browns here. I look for it to be a close game. I think the Browns will pull it out over the Cowboys.
No, wait, though. You're not sold on Deshaun Watson, right?
I'm not sold on Watson, but I've seen Watson be a better player than what Dak can be. Well, I'm not going to say that because Dak is a good player. Dak is a good player. He gets a lot of hate, but he's a very good player. I just don't think the Cowboys have a run game, man. I just don't see a run game. No. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If they can surprise me with something, but I think the Browns defense is going to be a little tough, a tall task for them to overcome. And the Browns have some weapons on offense as well. Let's not forget that. Njoku, they don't have Chubb to start off, but they will get him back. But I think the Browns win this one, man. Low scoring game.
Hey, I got some breaking news about the Cowboys, by the way, folks.
What's that?
It says fresh off the press. If everybody's tuning in, listen now. The Cowboys have been eliminated from the 2024-25 playoffs. Just want to go and throw that out there.
We know it'll happen eventually.
They've already been eliminated, so we'll go ahead and call it that way.
Oh man, I look for the Commanders to beat the Buccaneers. The Lions over Rams. The Rams they have Puka Nacua, they have Cooper Kupp, they got Matt Stafford, and they got the Williams that running back. But Aaron Donald retired. Am I correct?
Yeah, he did retire. Yes, he did.
This is gonna be ugly. Niners and Jets. I think the Jets are going to surprise
the Jets win.
The Niners. Yes, I think the Jets are going to beat the Niners. Aaron Rodgers is back. He has something to prove. And that completes Matt's rundown of week 1.
Hey, it was a good rundown, I got to let everybody know again, if you are number 5, if your number is number 5, you have won the prize pack. We already know who the backup to that. If number 5 does not get back to me by 6:00 tomorrow evening, you have until 6:00. Darren, you are the Sportz Nutz prize pack winner. Hey guys, we would love to continue talking with you. We did have a little bit of technical issues with Steve. It's okay, guys. They came on. We really appreciated them. We're thankful they came on. They gave us great insight to the Arena League, which honestly, I didn't even know. Like, they took semi-pro players and kind of integrated them into to move up. He did say that it was a full-time job, and I'm guessing they do get paid. I don't know. Maybe Vince, you can chime in and let us know what they get paid, if they do get paid, that kind of stuff. It's really cool to learn more about the little people. They're not big brother. The big brother obviously is the NFL. Everybody knows the big brother is the NFL. You can see it was kind of a little touchy subject when we asked them about the original Arena Football League versus the Arena League. So, there is some discrepancies there. Hey guys, guess what? You guys you're gonna love hearing this. It's the weekend, y'all. We made it. We made it to the weekend, which means, Matt, what was it again? How many days we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting last night.
Cinco.
Ending on Monday. You have 5 full days of football. Get on the couch, get the popcorn ready, get the beer ready, get the sodas ready, get whatever ready. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the fun of football because, guys, we're back. It's loud. It's proud. We're ready to get going. I'm excited for what the potential brings. Just gonna have a quick little score update. Oklahoma is demolishing Temple 34-0. Brett Venable is already on the run, and hopefully, we see good things out of Oklahoma. Matt, I'm gonna ask you a quick question, and then we're gonna start our goodbyes. Who wins the SEC this year in your eyes? Now that you have Texas and Oklahoma who have joined.
Oh man, it's the UGA is going to win it. UGA will win the SEC.
Okay, I like it. There are 4 teams that I'm eyeballing, but obviously it's the top 2, and I'm gonna say it's UGA and Ole Miss. Now that Saban's not there, Lane Kiffin it's for the taking for him, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good season. It's gonna be a great week 1. With that being said, for our friends, the Duluth Harbor Monsters, for our good friend Steve Waters, the general manager of the Duluth Harbor Monsters, for Coach Tony O'Neill, who we are forever grateful that they came on. They spent a good 30 minutes to almost 45 minutes bending our ears. We loved it, and we look forward to hearing more of it. This guy right here, look at this. I am no longer going to miss it, but
bam.
Oh, Matt is there too. He is, ladies and gentlemen, he is 1 for 1 right now. Let's go, Matt.
Hey man,
my good friend Matt.
We don't gotta do this and this and this and this and all.
Yeah, that's right. And do the Brady Bunch, right? Hey guys, as you see, look, there's that little ticker going along right there. As Matt did so perfectly, it was just great, right? That was backwards, but
yeah.
Guys, let's see if you do it. Hold on, see if you do it. Come on, do it, Matt. Do it. Look, right now he's on his name too. All right, so you see how to follow us. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. We are on our own website. We now broadcast our podcast from Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're getting ready to go on to iHeartMedia, and we're going to try and go on Odyssey. We are going to flood the market with the best sports podcast that has ever been created, and the Sportz Nutz. Why do we call ourselves Sportz Nutz? Because we're nuts about sports, guys. That's all we talk about is sports. This, sports, that. Matt, can you let everybody know what is going to happen in the Thomas household this weekend? Any fun stuff?
Fun. Me and my daughter will be watching football this weekend. That's well, she'll probably be playing Roblox, but football will be on the screen this weekend. Nothing but football. It's literally on Saturday. I mean, dude, I'm so excited. I don't know if I can sleep right now tonight, man. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to sleep, but I don't know if I can. But yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna load it up, man. We're just gonna watch football all day. Watch football all day, man, because you got to get ready to report all these winnings and stuff for the show on Tuesday.
That's right. It's gonna be, what we're gonna do is Matt and I will discuss what our topics will be. Probably be the go over the top matchups of week 1. Be prepared on that one. Hey, we may have some more. We will have the fantasy draft have been completed. I do have some people who are asking. We may do a little glimpse as to live look. It may just be through Facebook, though. However, to cover the fantasy football, just remember, guys, the winner gets all the money that's paid in there, and you get the lovely discount. Double check.
You know what? Maybe we should do a Monday live show during the draft, just during the draft, just like we're here and we just do the show during the draft and we just talk about the teams.
Hey,
we might can do that.
We can do that, guys. Let's see. We're coming. And ladies and gentlemen, we have announced the winner of the prize pack. It is my own neighbor, Mr. Matt Verbnick. He is down the road from us. Matt, you are the winner of the Sportz Nutz prize pack. Darren, I know you're kind of heartbroken there, buddy, but it's okay. We got another giveaway coming, guys. We have another giveaway. I mean, we're gonna do this because we love you, not because we have to, but because we love you, and we can only get it better the more people who subscribe. And which I need to tip, Matt, go ahead and tip your cap to all of our lovely people who have joined the page. We're at 111 YouTube subscribers. We are 14 away. 14 away from our year-end goal. Let's get above that goal, guys. We really appreciate it.
I will definitely
we love you guys.
We'll definitely pass that goal.
Yeah, because you know what? We have you guys. You can do this. All right, guys. It's time to get on out of here.
All right.
So with that being said, I'm Brandon. I'm the owner and founder, but this gentleman right here, he's the man. Matt, what do you tell the lovely people not to get done?
Whenever you log online via Twitch or via YouTube, just make sure you don't, show anything like a label or something like that, because you will get flagged. So you do not want to get flagged.
Don't get flagged. It's not a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct. No, we're not doing that stuff, guys. Don't get flagged. Hey, enjoy the weekend. Fall is returning next week, guys, so be prepared for the lovely 60s to be in the low country in the upstate area. Until then, peace up. A-Town down. Why do I say that? Because I'm an AT alien, just like Matt is. We're Falcons fans. Be prepared, guys. Show's over. Get some rest. Eat. Bye. Well, he just did. He just scored 8 points. That's big. He had a career. Yep.